Hi YouTube. It is vlog number 3. That's 3 in sign language. 1, 2, 3. Because if you put up your third finger, it's a W. Alright. So, welcome to vlog number 3. Coffee House Edition. Okay. So, you know what Coffee House Edition means? Finally, you get to hear that poetry. Woo! I got around to it. Told you you weren't going to be disappointed, and you aren't. So, I have a few things to talk about. I had a couple of videos that, man, they were okay. They were just okay. I ran out of room on my phone, but I think I'm going to do a whole video. I went off on a tangent, and I think I'm going to do a whole video on that tangent. But today we're focusing on just poetry and how you can get started. So pause this video, go get a notebook and a coffee, and we're going to be doing some poetry. Alright. So I picked a couple of poems to share with you, and I picked this. It's a worksheet that I did in a summer school once because I had a little rebellion against a student teacher whose project took 60% of the grade, but she was a student teacher, and I really didn't feel like she had that kind of jurisdiction to decide my whole grade. So I decided to intentionally not do that paper. So I flunked because I didn't do the paper, but I did all of the work the teacher gave me, except for the student teacher. I didn't do that paper. So I decided just to be a little rebel. But the thing is, the summer school class that I took made me so happy. I enjoyed it so much, and things happen for a reason, you guys. I'm a really good student. I didn't flunk out of many classes, but that one, I did intentionally, okay? But it was awesome. So I'm going to share with you this little worksheet that we did. It says everyone can be a poet, and then basically it gives you little prompts, like writing prompts, like I've talked about that I do. It gives you little writing prompts, and then you make a poem out of the writing prompts. And it says at the end, congratulations, you just created a poem. So if you've never tried poetry before, we're going to walk through it together. Alright. I'm sorry about the bad lighting. I'm still getting used to making videos and angle, and I don't have any stand. I'm holding my phone in my hand with a pop socket. I'm sorry. I know that this is crazy, but I'm going to share with you my poem now. There is no title to this one. So if you want to reference the poem, we're just going to reference it by the first 2 lines. Here it goes. Declarations, cries, screaming accusations at democracy, revealing lies and hypocrisy. Government spies selling souls over to propaganda's charm, alarm, explosion, communism, erosion of America's early disposition, our right and duty to throw off such government, suppressed by threat of crime, then death. America, free to do everything except what you dream of at night, to fight the burning of the declarations of the past when freedom was a soul, not a threat. That's something I wrote back in 2008, so that was 12 years ago. And I went to this class. I don't know if it's the same time or when this was. I think it was around the same time of year. I don't know if I started doing poetry before this class or after this class, but this class really heightened my abilities as a poet, because I'd written a few things before this class. I know I wrote poetry before I went to that class, but the stuff afterwards has a lot more substance to it. So everyone can be a poet. Do you see this? Is a worksheet. I turned it in and everything. Well, I just took it out of my sheet here. But, okay, sorry, you saw some of my room. That's a mess. It's my clean clothes. I'm so sorry. Right now, there's 3 of us in the same room. My son sleeps in here. It's kind of annoying, but hey, you work with what you got. It's kind of like a tiny house studio. He's right in the same room. His bed's at the foot of my bed. It's crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I didn't say you were crazy. I said it's crazy that you're sleeping in here. Whenever I get permission to let him in the videos, I will. He's probably okay with it, but I'm going to make sure his dad is. okay with it too. Don't be mean to your spouse. If you got kids or your baby daddy or your baby mama, whoever. I'm not judging. Just don't be mean to them. It's their kid too. Okay. You know what? I'm married to my husband, and his baby, the baby, my baby daddy is my hubby. So I can say that. Just be nice to them anyway, because that's a good thing to do as a human. All right. Everyone can be a poet. So basically, what it says is you write down, I used to be, but now I am. The world is, and I am. And then you write what you want to write, okay? And then you read it all together and you wrote a poem, okay? It says, congratulations, you just created a poem. So I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to read you mine. This is back whenever I was a kid and I just felt like I was doing everything wrong. So you're going to have to bear with me here. All of my stuff's a little angsty. Even the new stuff's a little angsty. So it says, I used to be a fallen angel, but now I am embracing what has come to pass. The world is looking to destroy its enemy, me, a flower, broken, free of the vine, once keeping it alive, but the flower is still living from the strength of a loss. And I am laughing as if they can catch me. I'm stronger than them, and now I lead my own army. Yours could be short and sweet. That was long. My teacher said I didn't have to do that much. So I'm going to do another one off the top of my head just so that I'm, helping here. I used to be lost and scared, but now I am embracing my inner light. The world is looking to remove that light from my soul. And I am happy because of my strength inside, that I can hold on to my light without the fight. But the thing is, holding on to yourself and who you are is a fight. It's a struggle every day, just to let people not bother and interrupt your own personal soul and who that is, and showing that to other people. And that's what poetry is. It's an expression of how our soul communicates with our brain and our emotions. I'm going to share one more with you. It's another one of it's in the same theme as my Declarations Cries one, the titleless one. This one has a title. I actually have two more like that. I'm going to go ahead and share both of them with you. This one doesn't have a title either, but I'll get to the other one. When vengeance can't wait and love can hate is a crime of passion and life's small distractions. Of bravery comes blame when life shall hang in the balance, in a cradle, nay, a chalice, filling it into a world of all of these shared words, this land of confusion, these suffering delusions, neurotic implications, and mental suffocation, premeditation for ease of situational pressure, my love. So to end my rhyme in a measure, love with no regrets as to timing or reason, fear, however, your own fear's rejection. Because keeping a healthy fear of the unknown and God is very healthy, because it reminds you that there is not a lot that you can control. But you know what? Poetry you can control. So give yourself a little bit of freedom over your soul and write some poetry, even if it just share it with yourself. This one is got a title, and I just title it the first line. And so it's not very creative, but I really like it. Next time I might do a series of poems I wrote. Under the name of a band name I started to create. So hang in for that next one. Alright. This one is Bombs Set Off by Time. Alright. And this one's intense too. My favorite one is the Declarations Cries one, but this one's really good. Bombs set off by time. Threats set by lies. Bleeding, screaming in the dying's cries. For one country, one life that we all must realize. Hope's crushed by weight of truth, that even if tomorrow comes, you are always too late. Tomorrow always becomes today. When a warning is too late because the towers have fallen, the people are dead. The future of us has changed love and hope into a stronger bond, leaving no room to wait for an empty warning, a bomb set off by time. That one specifically was about the Twin Towers falling and how we became more patriotic and united afterwards, and how that the bomb that the airplanes that they bombed our towers with, and yes, they used the airplane fuel to bomb the towers. It wasn't just like hey, we're gonna bomb, it wasn't like, hey, we're just gonna fly these airplanes into their towers because we want to see their reaction. They strategically placed these airplanes in such a manner. If you were alive, okay, I was. Some of you may not have been. They strategically placed these airplanes in such a manner that they collapsed the Twin Towers. And if you know anything about architecture, any little bit at all, you know that those bombs would have had to, if they are bombing, they're tearing down a building and they're using explosives to do it, you know that it has to be strategically placed in the exact right place so the building collapses in on itself, not sideways, not upwards, not outwards, down. And if you saw the Twin Towers fall, if you haven't, oh my gosh, if you haven't yet, please do so. Stop my video and then come back to it, but please do so. You really need to see those Twin Towers falling the way we saw it. I even had that day, I had this weird, suspicion that something was off. The teachers were acting off. The students were acting nervous. The older students wouldn't talk to us. There were kids crying in the hallway that were older than me. There were kids younger than me going, I saw, because they went to the teacher's lounge to deliver a message or whatever. Guys, it was crazy. People, I went to go call my friend and I dialed her number on my landline on my house. And guess what? She was dialing me at the exact same time. She was dialing me at the exact same time. So as we're picking up the phone and dialing, we hear the other person dialing. And we're like, Did you see what happened? Did you see the TV? So the Twin Towers falling sparked a lot of emotions in me. We live in a country where freedom of speech is important. And if you don't live in America and you're watching this video, I'm sorry. Come get your citizenship legally. Come to America legally. Citizenship is important. Don't get a green card. Just apply for citizenship. If you want to move here, commit to it, do it the right way. Don't be a terrorist. But then, you know what you do if you move here and you gain citizenship here if you're not already? You get that freedom of speech. You get that ability to go on the corner and slam poet whatever you want about whatever you want. So find something that makes you so passionate that the words just come out of you maybe you stutter through it a little bit, but they come out of you with intention and purpose. Poetry doesn't have to be flowery and beautiful. It can be rough and edgy, and just every person has their own style, and it's unique and amazing and individual. And I love reading poetry as much as I love writing poetry. So if you want to share down in the comments some work or couplets or anything you want to share, like maybe you did your poem with me, the anyone can be a poet sheet that I shared with you guys. I also want to share with you some couplets because I did in my other video. So because they're really easy to brainstorm. And if you want to write some poetry, they're easy to brainstorm. They're two lines that rhyme with each other. And you make a little statement with them. I'll read you a few of mine. I went off on a tangent on one of them. So I'm going to avoid that one so I can save it for another video. I'm only holding one back from you guys. Okay. These are called terse verses. So the couplets can be two lines that don't rhyme. And the terse verses, I believe they do rhyme, and they have to... some of them ask a question, some of them just make a statement. If individuality dies, what will stop lies? If we're all alone, the universe is a shadow. If the ant... Oh, I almost read you the one that I am going to save for another video. Moving on. If things were meant for total destruction, what was the point of construction? If Santa Claus is really coming, then you better start running. If Santa Claus is coming for you and you've been bad, you don't want Santa to come. If you've been good, maybe you're happy about it. I don't know. I felt like I was really bad that year, so.
Can we get that for I feel like Christmas is here for this space.
My son is expressing concerns over quarantine, Santa, and Christmas. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Christmas this year. Santa, is he coming? Is he going to wear a mask? What's going on with Santa, guys? What's going on with Santa? Okay. If I were asleep, it would be sweet. I must have been so tired. If it's all over when the fat lady sings, that lady better start dieting. Okay. So, now that I have shared with you some couplets, those are nice things to kind of brainstorm yourself into a little rhymey mood. I can share with you more about poems and stuff later. And I want to share with you a little bit of a different version of some poems. This one I wrote about a grandparent who had passed, and since then I've had more than just these two grandparents that this is written about. More than just those two have died. I've had a couple more grandparents, 3 actually, die, and the closest two grandparents the grandparents I was closest to, they passed. One passed last year. So I'm going to read you this. This one normally makes me cry, but I read it again last night so I can compose myself for you guys. This one's intense for me. It's called But This Time. I'm in my room with my radio all the way up, trying to get away from the whole world. My favorite song comes on. I normally sing along. But this time, I cry. I try to escape to that world where I can see instead of being so blind. I normally wonder, why did it have to be me? But this time, I know. I'm always putting myself down and waiting for life to be over so I can get to that place in the sky where I don't have to worry anymore. But this time, I know that it's better to live with it. Life never made sense. It still doesn't. I spend countless nights lying awake wondering, how did it all come to this? I live knowing that there is one less person in my life. I lose my sanity over it. I worry I won't heal with time like everyone else says I will. Then just when I think it might get better, there goes another one. I get chills typing this poem, knowing that you are both reading this over my shoulder. And that was written before this recent death. And I was so close to her because we both lost a good friend when we lost my other relative. And it's so hard, you guys, sometimes. But it's very therapeutic in the same sentence to be able to write a poem that matters to you over and over again. And that helps you. And that helps you with the things you're feeling so much better than therapy ever could. This is what I started doing because I never wanted to go see a counselor. That's pathetic, but it really has helped me tremendously. I highly recommend poetry as a form of therapy. I'm not a doctor, okay? Don't be like, well, this YouTuber said to do poetry instead of a therapy. If you need therapy, like, please go see a counselor if you don't have anything against it. But if you're like skeptical like I am, try it. It's worth trying at least. If you still need someone to talk to after you write down your feelings, or you feel like you wrote down your feelings and they're a little too dark for you to handle, go see a therapist or a counselor. They have sliding scales. If you don't have much money, you may not have to pay. So if you need one, go see one. It's totally cool if you do. I'm just against it. You don't need to be against it just because of me. And I'll talk about that in another video, why I'm against it. So I have another thing to share with you guys before I sign off. If you guys want to practice poetry, you don't even have to have a set length to your poem. It can be short as those 2 lines that I was reading to you. Or it can be as long as pages and pages, because I have one that I keep adding to, and I reread it and then I add to it, and it hasn't stopped, and I've been doing this for a couple of years. I started it January of 2018, and it is now 2020. I haven't done any this year, but I lost this book. So I started reading and writing, someone let me know if they have tongue irons. I'm joking, I totally am. But I really should. I'm not tongue-tied. It's my dyslexia. I know I said that already. Tell me to shush. Alright. I have this poem where I write in different ways. Some of it's all strung together. Some of it's 3 lines at a time. Some of it's 1 line at a time. Some of it's just a statement on itself. Some of it's written kind of like Shakespearean style. I think Shakespearean is usually iambic pentameter. So if you want to make something that sounds kind of like "Doth what light through yonder window breaks, Julie." Okay, I butchered that, but you know what I'm talking about. You want to make something sound like you want to hold a skull in your hand and sing it to the audience in an opera house. You want to go Shakespearean. If you want to just like make people think that you're the next Eminem, try something of your own style. Kind of make your own rhyme without any rules. If you kind of want you kind of don't want to rhyme, kind of do a heartfelt poem like I did but this time, create your own rules, because that's what poetry really is about. And I'm about to run out of space, so I'm going to wrap up this video before I have to shoot another take on this video. I love you guys. We're going to do another sign language. Remember, this is A, and this is I love you. And this, you know what this is? This is B. So A and B. And then we did 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. So let me know what you thought of my poetry, and I have more to share. So expect another coffee house edition of my vlog. I love you guys. This has been an awesome AWES. E is like this. AWESOME. This video has been awesome. I love you. That's kind of what it means. It's the U in the middle, the L for love, and the I for I. It's kind of easy. So, I love you guys. Stay awesome. And remember that you matter, and that your opinion matters, and your emotions matter, and they are valid. Don't let anyone tell you that they are invalid. Don't let them invalidate you and how you feel. Don't let someone else tell you that you suck, because only you can trash talk yourself, and you shouldn't anyway. So just remind yourself to breathe. Everything is going to be okay. We're going to get through this 2020 together, you guys. I know everyone said that, but we really are. This is going to be us, this blog versus the world from now on. So hop on here, hit the subscribe button. So you know when I post another video. That's all it's for. So you know when I post something else. You can also turn the notifications on. So it's beside the subscribe button. And it's like right here is a little bell. Okay? So subscribe. Like the video so I know that you saw it and that you like it. Or dislike it, I guess, if that's your style. I could be the first person on YouTube who have all dislikes. I'm kidding. Please don't do that. But it wouldn't bother me. I want to share my experiences with you guys. And it's been great. Jixin out. So awesome. I just love this vlog. It's making me feel very free. Free to just be myself. Because everyone needs unique individuals in the world. So they can feel like they themselves are okay to be as unique as they want to be. Be as crazy as you want. Because everyone may see it, but it's not their place to judge who you are. Alright, I love you guys. This is bye for real, but until next time, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you all again next post.